Welcome. Guess what? Social Buzz U is coming up next week. What is Social Buzz U? It is where we teach you the best practices for business, your business success. And I am here with the awesome and wonderful LeeAnn Pashina. And I am so excited that you're here because we're talking about something we haven't ever talked about before on Social Buzz Club, which is where you sit in the room. And we're in a virtual world now. And how does that make a difference with your sales? But you're an expert in this, right?
Yes, even more so now in the virtual world as well.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your background and why you're passionate about this subject.
Well, it's interesting, Laura. So my background started as an interior designer, and I've been in the commercial furniture business for 38 years. So I've been designing all these spaces, and of course, along that way, selling a lot of different conference room tables. And as a designer, we're supposed to help our clients be able to reach their goals.
Mhm.
And then going into sales, and I've been in the sales aspect of it for most of my career, is how and where you sit at the table can really influence the results of that meeting and of that sale. And so I created a book that just kind of goes into all the details. It's things that we do, and yet we don't really realize we're doing it. So it's how to strategize. So it's been a lot of fun because we do this through trial and error. You know, how sometimes maybe you had a meeting and you're like, man, that thing, I really rocked that thing. And then you go to the next meeting kind of presenting the same way, and it just wasn't jiving like it was before. And some of it is just the seating arrangement. It's something simple.
Mm.
We all go into sales, we want to close more sales. And just by where you sit could help you close, well, it does help you close more sales. So why not know what seat you're going to take to influence your prospect sitting in front of you? And now in
So
the virtual world, there's those same type tricks that we can apply to have more success.
so give us one little nugget. Like, how does this apply in the virtual world?
How does it apply in the virtual world? A big part is how we show up. So in sales, how we show up at the table and take ownership, because we're going to go over a few different nuggets and really take your place at the table. So if you want to take your place at the table when you're in person, you also want to take your place virtually. So when you show up, you want to have that presence, and kind of where you sit in your office or your home office, wherever that may be. Even as we go back to work, there's going to be more virtual meetings. So
Mhm.
how we sit and present makes a big difference. Laura, have you been on some of those meetings where, you're scoping everybody out on it and you're like, oh, she looks interesting, him, I'm not so much. And then do you go on LinkedIn and then start to research them? Well, I admit it, I've done that, and I've connected with some awesome people. And how you show up on those meetings is why it has intrigued someone to actually connect with you.
Yeah.
So just as it's key in person, it's even just as important, if not more, in virtual.
Agreed. Yeah, I work with a lot of people on their video setup because you have to present yourself in a certain way because we have these unconscious, as we're talking about in our unconscious biases, even towards people, how they show up on a virtual meeting. So I know you're going to talk about the power ways to show up so that you can, build trust and credibility
Mhm.
um, and show up as the person that they want to do business with. So I am really looking forward to your presentation and training on June 25th. If anybody wants to attend free, you can just go to socialbuzzu.com. Yep, down there, I think it is, and RSVP. What that does is that we'll give you the link to watch it and live on that day. Our paid members get the replays. So if we'll also let you know of future upcoming trainings that are like LeeAnn's training. But on June 25th, LeeAnn's going to go through the whole step by step. How do you sit in a room, whether it's a virtual or a real room, because we are getting back into reality. We're going to have to do distance. It's going to be even more important to have a presence. Would you agree?
Oh, I would agree totally. And I think we forget how our presence makes an impact on the meeting, on the sale, because we get sloppy. And perhaps what
Mm.
some of this whole pandemic has taught us is we've been sloppy in some different ways, and now to kind of reset. And when we make that, when we're aware and we're present, it just makes such a difference with our communication as well.
And I will say that I've talked to people have gotten sloppy, but other people are like, who've really taken it on, have made a point to be more dressed and more presentable for their own, personal energy. wake up, take the shower, get your makeup on if you're a woman, put on the nice clothes, so that you actually feel like you're ready to start a full day. And then that energy comes across when you're on Zoom meetings or StreamYard meetings like we are today.
Oh, big time. I think we forget that how we feel inside, it comes across outside, whether we're trying to hide it. People see that, they sense it.
Yeah.
I've had a home office for 20 some years. I always tell people I had one when it wasn't cool. So I figured out ways to show up to my work. This was before video, and be present. And then just moving into the virtual world as well. You have to
Really.
carry yourself that way. So it was a learning curve.
Yeah, and having a structure for that is really a good idea too.
Big
Like how are you
time.
going to structure your day to be successful?
Yeah.
You're going to have that routine in the morning to get yourself presentable, right? And then you're going to do things that feel like you've accomplished something and work in the zones that you and the times that you are the most creative or the most productive or the most energized. So again, if you want the whole training that LeeAnn's going to go through on June 25th, come join us. Sign up at Social Buzz you there, and we'll help you sit your way to success. Why not? That's what we're doing today in this
Yes.
world.
Awesome.
Yes. All right. We'll see you there, Social Buzz U, 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific time on June 25th. That's, the URL, the Social Buzz U, Social Buzz U. We're going to be there. Have some fun. All right. Always fun with you, LeeAnn. Thanks.
Thanks, Laura. Appreciate it. See you all guys next week.
Next week.